stories. Let's look at how each of you can create data stories with the 4 steps. Step 1, understand your audience and understand the business context you're trying to address. The audience is central to your decision. By the way, different people want different things from the very same data. If you have customer engagement data, the product head would have the question, which product did customers love most and what features they liked? Whereas the CEO would be interested in predicting customer attrition. And the sales head can be interested in finding out whether they actually met the target that month or not. So, and by the way, the people are not interested in each other's questions. So you have the data and you're creating it with the same organization. Unless you understand the audience, you could create something which is useless. So how do you understand the audience? You need to profile them. Here are 5 important questions you need to ask. Find out who they are. Be very specific, their role, name, and collect all of these details, and you would be able to converge. And if you have 100 people, you select the representative set of 5 or 10 people, collect the information, and then create one persona for that entire set of audience. Number 2, what is their goal, their primary objective, and how will success be measured? Their business priorities, the goals, and KPIs. What are the top challenges, things that prevent them from reaching the goal? What is the business impact of the pain points? How soon should it be fixed? This is preferably quantified in terms of the dollar value impact. And finally, what's their level of data literacy? It is important to understand who you're creating it for, how tech savvy and data literate they are. There have been many sessions about data literacy. It is important to understand whether they can read charts, whether they can read interactive charts and advanced visuals. If not, you'll have to go with the most simplest ones. For that, you need to understand their data literacy. And how do you understand all of these? There are 3 ways. One is direct feedback. Go and ask the audience, talk to them. Direct interviews, focus groups, discussions. Indirect is also equally powerful, where audience or your customers, they may not be communicating directly with you, but they are more vocal on social media. There's no better way to get feedback than in a public forum where they are more vocal and often critical. So indirect feedback is where customers or your audience is communicating indirectly to you through a third party or another channel. The one which is often overlooked is inferred mode of feedback. What is that? Just the way the customers live and go about their daily lives, the way they use their product, they share a lot of valuable signals which you can find out, which you may not even find in a direct conversation. For example, if you're ordering food on DoorDash, what time do you order? What place do you order, on the mobile or on the laptop? And how does it change the weekday versus weekend? You can find a lot of cues about the person's preferences. That's a very powerful way, which many people skip. So these are the ways you can answer those questions and understand your audience. A quick example, if you're looking at telecom company and customer attrition, Alberto is trying to address customer churn. He owns customer acquisition and retention, and the company is losing 9% of customers every month. And this is a big problem because customer acquisition cost is 3x the cost of retention, and loss of customers is impacting revenue growth by 12%. And hence it's very urgent. And Alberto's data literacy is low. He's from the manufacturing industry, and not just because of that, but he has low familiarity with data and insights. So given this, how would you create a solution? How do you answer these questions that Alberto has? And firstly, you need to frame the business questions for that. What are the business questions based on the problem statement that Alberto has? You could come up with these likely questions. If you're trying to address the churn problem, what's the change in churn rates over the past years? What's the composition of customers lost, high value versus others? And if you notice all of these questions, there is no technical aspect. We are not talking about data. We are not talking about analytics. All of these are business questions. So these are examples of the questions you would ask, all kinds of high level and deeper questions about the customer, about the market, competition, and all aspects so that you understand the context even better.